If you're anything like me, you've long wondered, what was the story behind those gothic kids dancing underneath that random bridge? You know, this video. Well, to be clear, these aren't goths, they're actually cybergoths, and this video is known colloquially as the Cybergoth dance party. It's long been a viral staple here on YouTube. Due to the odd dance styles and eccentric appearances associated with the cybergoths, it's not uncommon to find people mocking the video and those in it in the comment section. Additionally, in recent years, the Cybergoth dance party has become somewhat of a music remix meme where people swap the audio track out, creating some pretty humorous results. So why does the Cybergoth dance party exist? What are cybergoths? How did they get to this point? Well, to understand, you really must learn the tragic story of the cybergoth subculture, as in many ways the community's rise and fall led to the moment captured in this viral video. Before we get started, I want to thank Dashlane for sponsoring today's video. Stick around to the end to learn how you can try this amazing password manager with a built-in VPN for free. So to begin, what exactly is a cybergoth? Cybergoth is a subculture within the electronic music scene that manifested in the late 90s in both the UK and Germany. Originally, it was identified by the aesthetic and clothing choices adopted by its members, which was essentially a hodgepodge of goth and raver fashion tropes combined together and dialed up to the extreme. Musically, cybers are associated with various forms of electronic music from industrial to techno, but they're mostly known for their love of industrial dance and future pop. The cybergoth scene arguably peaked in the early 2000s, and ever since it's been on the decline. This could be chalked up to a waning interest in goth culture in general, but beef between other subcultural factions could be to blame as well. Generally speaking, cybergoths have always been disliked by the other various communities involved in electronic music. Due to the hybridized nature of cybergoth style, traditional goths didn't think the cybers were gothic enough, and the rave kids didn't think the cybers were ravery enough. So cybergoths in many ways were deemed as inauthentic weirdos. They were rejected by many of the more established electronic music subcultures and were treated as outsiders. In some extreme cases, they were mocked and bullied at concerts. As a result, in an attempt to find companionship, many cybers would retreat to the relative safety of the internet. And by the mid-2000s, the cybergoth community was more so represented online than in the dance clubs that they once inhabited. Online, cybers communicated with each other and used the web to organize IRL meetups in an attempt to help unify their fractured community. These meetups would typically occur in a public space and were essentially cybergoth exclusive raves. In the late 2000s and early 2010s, the remaining cybergoth holdouts began uploading video footage of these meetups to video sharing platforms like YouTube. This allowed people outside of the cybergoth community to peer into the subculture. What we find though is not everybody liked what they saw and felt that the cybergoths deserved mockery, and the internet did its work. This is where we get into the Cybergoth Bridge Dance Party. On March 12th of 2011, a German cybergoth known as Kenji Icarus attended a cyber meetup which was being held underneath a bridge in the city of Dusseldorf, Germany. At this meetup, Kenji had recorded a handful of his friends industrial dancing to a remix of Lock and Load's Blow Ya Mind, a popular hard house track released back in 1999. Kenji walked away thinking his footage was not all that remarkable, especially compared to typical cybergoth standards. I mean, this was just routine stuff. After the meetup, he would upload the footage to his YouTube channel called Gothic Ike with the title 6 Cybertreffen Am, or 6th Cyber Meetup on 12/3/11. This video is actually part of a series of cyber meetups that Kenji had been filming and uploading to his channel since late 2010. Few outside of his immediate cybergoth friend group had seen them, and most early comments on these videos were generally positive.
The little ones in green with the mask and the ones with the purple dreads next to them are the best.
The guy in white is really cool, laughing face.
Hey, please excuse the disturbance, but would you tell me which group and song that is? PS, looks like a lot of fun with you.
Inspired by the positivity shown in the comments, Kenji and his friends continued to record these cyber meetup videos. But little did they know, in the coming months, the band of Cybergoths would become the subject of extreme derision and ridicule. Cyber Meetup 6 would remain mostly unwatched for months until suddenly in September of 2011, viewership suddenly spiked. In an interview with New York Magazine, Kenji explains his theory as to why he thinks the video blew up. In September 2011, the views for the video had exploded within 24 hours, from a few hundred to over 80,000, and the comments shifted from mainly German to mostly English. After a long moment of disbelief and a bit of research, I found my video reposted on a site called Barstool Sports, which confused me even more, as it appeared to be a sports site / blog. From there it reached Reddit shortly after and took off. In the previous statement, Kenji mentions that the comments shifted from German to English. Not only did these comments shift in language, they shifted in tone and sentiment, from a positive tone to one of derision and judgment.
Goth people are fucking disgusting. Not cause you are Germans, but you are horrible. And if it's pain on your ass, well, not my fault.
Excuse me children, this isn't a fucking video game. You cannot dress like this anymore.
What a bunch of idiots. It's one thing if you want to hang out under an overpass and dance around, but why film it and post it on the internet?
Where is the goddamn most stereotypical black guy that randomly comes in and punches the fuck out of one or three of them? I was just waiting for a fucking black guy to come in and knock some sense into them.
Bruh. For some time, Kenji attempted to explain what was going on to confused viewers using the comment section and his description box, but this was to no avail. The ridicule would continue, and the majority of viewers would end up mocking the Cybers for their unusual appearances and dance technique. Ironically, the internet ended up bullying the Cybergoths in a way very much similar to how they were bullied by the traditional Goths and Ravers back in the early 2000s club days. These guys really couldn't catch a break. To add insult to injury, Kenji's video was ripped and uploaded by another YouTube channel called Gnarly C around the time of the Barstool Sports article. Gnarly's video would become prioritized in the YouTube algorithm, causing it to receive more views. For perspective, Kenji's video today has just over 720,000. Gnarly C's has over 12.9 million. Eventually, the video really just fell out of Kenji's hands and the meme community got a hold of it, making various sorts of music spin-off memes, this format still being very much popular today. That being said, I think it's fair to say that because of the internet's reaction to this video, the entire Cybergoth subculture in a way has become painted as just a meme, sort of like a giant joke, with Cybergoths worldwide being the butt of it. In recent years, the Cybergoth subculture has all but died out. It's becoming increasingly more difficult to locate active Cybergoth communities. Kenji and his anonymous friends have since moved on, and his YouTube channel is now defunct. I would say that the Cybergoths are likely to be forgotten in time, but I have a feeling that the Cybergoth dance party video will prevent that from happening. Their legacy will exist in this strange state of memehood for the foreseeable future, with the internet constantly joking on them and mocking them for the lifestyle that they choose to live. And that pretty much wraps up the story behind the bridge dancing Cybergoths and also the rise and fall of their subculture in general. I want to give a big shout out to Dashlane for sponsoring today's video. Dashlane is a password management app that works across all of your devices. It creates and stores passwords for you so you don't end up reusing the same unsafe passwords across all of your accounts. Not only does Dashlane fortify your accounts, its autofill function makes browsing the web and shopping online lightning fast. In addition to their password management services, Dashlane has a VPN built into it. A VPN allows you to browse the web in a more confidential fashion. It also gives you the freedom to change your world server location, which in some cases can give you access to region-locked content, like certain movies available in certain countries. You guys can try Dashlane free for 30 days by clicking the link below. That's dashlane.com/wavywebsurf. And the first 200 people to use code wavywebsurf when upgrading will get 10% off their purchase of Dashlane Premium. Anyways, let me know what you guys thought about this video down below in the comment section, and let me know who or what you want me to talk about next. Major shout out to my patrons. I appreciate you guys. Wavy Web Surf out. Peace.